Keep it on my face. Okay, guys.
What do I need to do?
Guys. Is that gonna be on the video? Okay, so you're gonna have to follow me. Can you see my face? Okay, somebody tell me, how would a simile underscore part of a poem? Ben.
A simile, it compares two things like with using like or as, so it kind of emphasizes one part on a poem.
Okay, on a hierarchy, do you think a simile or a metaphor is more powerful, Felicia?
A metaphor.
Why?
Because instead of saying something is like something, it actually, you're talking about it being something, so it's stronger.
Okay, Caitlin, do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, why? Remember, I love the power of why.
I don't know. She really, like the thing that's being compared to something is it.
Okay. Alex, what do you think of all our literary devices is at the top of the hierarchy of emphasizing? And why? What underscores part of the poem the most in your mind?
I think probably free verse rhyming.
Okay, why? You think free verse underscores a poem more than anything else up there?
Candy off my head.
Who wants to answer it? Micah.
Repetition, because it gets the word that is repeating stuck in your mind.
Okay.
Remember it.
Okay, I think that's strong. Isaiah, what do you think? Which one?
Repetition.
Oh, well, he just said repetition. Rhyming. Okay, why? What does rhyming do? How does rhyming underscore part of a poem for you? Okay. Eli, what do you think?
I was thinking external rhyme because it like puts emphasis on the end of the line.
Okay, you think on the hierarchy, external rhyme is stronger than internal rhyme?
Well, sort of, because it's at the very end of the line, so like that's the last thing you see.
Okay, Felicia.
I think the imagery has a strong effect on poetry because it kind of creates an image in your mind instead of just reading something as just words.
Okay. Okay. Jenna, what do you think underscores part of the poem the most, besides some of the answers that have already been given? And why?
I'm thinking like what the poem, like the main idea of the poem is, because
Okay, the main idea, the theme of the poem?
the theme of the poem, because maybe it means something to the person that's reading it, and they can try to understand it.
Okay. Shane, why do you think a poet would use big words, use more highfalutin language in a poem? Okay, to emphasize it.
Or to make you wonder what it means.
Okay, to make you curious. Callie, why do you think a poet would use language that's more on the top of the vocabulary hierarchy?
To get your mind thinking about what the word means.
Okay, Ben.
Because I find the bigger the word that they use, it kind of enhances the tone to a different genre, so to speak. Because when you use a higher vocabulary, they mean more serious things most of the time instead of small words like fun, run, and done.
Okay.
So when you use the hierarchy vocabulary words, kind of makes it more serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Helena, does it ever repel you when you're reading a poem and you see these big words? Or does it draw you in?
I think it draws me in because the more complicated the poem is, the more you think about it and get into it.
Okay, I didn't even have to ask you the power of why. Does it repel anyone in here? When you're reading a poem and all of a sudden you're hit with big language over and over, Trevor, why?
Because it
words in a way understandable.
Okay. Do you go to a dictionary then? Why not? Okay. Caden, for you, what of the literary terms underscores poetry the most when you're reading? What jumps out and just smacks you in the face?
I guess alliteration.
Okay, why?
I mean,
Well, repetition we've already had. I like alliteration. Why alliteration?
I don't know. I thought of something else for a second.
Okay, who can make a case for alliteration, Nadine? Make a case for alliteration, Jack.
Because it's easy to recognize.
Okay, how is it easy to recognize?
Because it's like, every word starts the same letter.
So how does that emphasize the poem for you? How does that underscore that part of the poem? I agree with you, it is easier to recognize, but how does that bring that part of the poem to the top of the hierarchy?
Maybe because you understand it better.
Okay, Nathan.
I think that it is like, when you see alliteration, it makes you think more about how one part just might be, he's trying to tell you something,
Okay.
but he's using alliteration to get that point across.
Okay. It's got to be 5 minutes, right?
I was supposed to tell you on the
It's like
phone.
7 minutes.
Okay.